Hey everybody, Steve Higdon here. I'm just trying this out because I really needed to get something off my chest. This topic was kind of weighing heavily on my heart. So I want to talk to you guys today about cybersecurity culture or security culture. I know a lot of people have an issue when you talk about cyber, especially if you don't work in the federal government space. So let's just say security culture. Now, I see all the time on LinkedIn, on Peerlist, on all sorts of different places where information security people come together. You'll see these senior leaders who say, they get it. They say, we really want to increase the cybersecurity culture in our organizations, but we don't know what to do. So going back to the maxim, I guess you could say, that you can't really improve what you can't measure. So that kind of leads you to the next question. Well, how do you measure security culture in your organization? There's two primary ways that you can do that. One is more active and one is more passive. The first one, and it's becoming more and more common these days, is to do some sort of phishing campaign against your organization. There's vendors who specialize in this sort of approach. PhishMe, I think they're Cofense now. There's some other ones, and what it does is it essentially crafts phishing emails, sends them out to a portion or maybe all of your organization, and then measure the percentage of people who clicked on that link or opened that attachment. There are some pros for this. It's fairly easy to set up in your environment, and it gives you results right away. You can tell, as of today, here's what we think our security culture looks like because we had this percentage of recipients clicked on the link. The cons behind that are, well, it's more active, which is fine, but it does have sort of a negative connotation behind it. You are phishing your own employees. So even though there's very valuable statistics that you can get from that, at the same time, you might be losing the trust of the employees in your organization. If it seems like entrapment almost, you're trying to get them in trouble. The second approach, and it's cheaper, I'll tell you that much, and it's less, it's not as negative. It doesn't have that same kind of icky feeling inside, and that's to count the number of reports of suspected security issues, events, incidents, that sort of thing. Count the number of reports that you get every month. And this is more passive. It really is, because you can take that number of reports that you got, let's say it's March, in the month of March, and you can use that to focus the message that you're giving to the employees in your organization. And then the next month, you can count the number of reports that you got then. It's more passive. And by the way, if you give kudos to the people who are making these reports, because they really are the forefront of your security program, especially your insider threat program. And if you know me, you know that's I have a soft spot in my heart for insider threat. If you're doing it that way, if you're measuring the number of reports that you get, and then broadcast them, tell everybody, make it a scoreboard for the entire organization that they can use, then everybody will get on board. And that's just, in my opinion, and there's nothing wrong with these vendors who do the phishing things. It's very valuable. It can be very valuable. But for organizations that don't have the time, money, resources to do that sort of thing, doing a more passive approach by counting the number of reports for suspected security incidents could be a better way. I used to tell, because I used to do a little information security orientation for our new hire classes in one of my last roles, And I used to tell them all the time, I would rather sift through 100 suspicious looking cat pictures every day than miss that one report that could have saved our organization, that could have stopped the breach. So that's my little tip for you today. It's weighing on my heart, like I said, and I don't want to forget this train of thought by the time I get to work. So have a fantastic Friday, LinkedIn. And if you get a chance, check out the Insider Thread podcast. That's the one that I do. I'm not as active on it as I used to be, but usually about once a month I'll put an episode up, and it's about something just like this that's weighing heavily on my heart. Take care, everyone.